IEBC. IEBC is supposed to be a referee. In a match, anybody who causes foreplay is given a yellow or red card. IEBC is compromised. It's part of the fraud.
How so?
And you find, even in the midst of bribery, midst of violence, midst of goons being sent all over on the election day, in the midst of even people caught carrying marked ballot papers, IBC has been looking the other way, see no evil, hear no evil.
So who was caught carrying marked ballot papers?
There are at least 2 or 3 cars which were caught carrying, try even to get to the police station. I was in a place called Ivorore Ward. I was in charge of Ivorore Ward. All right? So I'm giving what you call further information.
Real ballot papers?
Oh yes, marked ballot papers. That has been a scheme all through, from the beginning of the election, of the voting day to the last minute.
So what evidence do you have to support that?
Allow me to finish.
No, yes.
Allow me to finish.
We just want to understand what you're saying.
You see, I told you, Sam,
yes.
I'm not a social media consumer. I'm telling you, I'm giving information.
And for the benefit of the viewer, what evidence do you have to support what you're saying?
Do I need to carry evidence from Mbeere? I'm giving information. I have it. In fact, I want to conclude and say this.
Yes.
That election in Mbeere will not see the light of the day. We shall overturn it. And maybe give you a small scenario.
Yeah.
Do you know, and here they are prominent lawyers, the election law says for you to qualify, to vie in any political office, you must be a registered voter. The guy called Muriuki, Leonard Muriuki Njero, was the registered voter in Mbeere.
Mm-hmm.
The candidate called Leo Wamuthede Njero was not a registered voter in Mbeere.
Even with the Gazette notice showing that his name has changed?
The name has changed. But when you change the name, you're supposed to change the name in the role of IBC as a registered voter to reflect the same person.
There was no time to do that.
Thank you.
You
see,
what's happening?
See now what I'm trying to say long and short, the panic in the government. They were not able to see such simple, glaring discrepancies.
Okay, all right.
So, in conclusion,
yeah,
because you have asked me the question, there was no election in Mbeere. It's just fraud.
So even the votes Newton Karish got, 15,000 plus, they are not real?
You know, and I don't want us to do the litigation here.
No, I'm just asking.
Yes.
You said it was a fraud. It wasn't an election.
But the difference was 492 votes. 402. And I can tell you and pinpoint to you which polling station, which stream, where those votes came from and how they did it.
So was the entire election a fraud? And
absolutely. When you send military vehicles to a small place like Mbeere, send thousands of military and police in Mbeere.
Mm.
And a peaceful place where people just walk they do their own things each and every day. And then send a battalion of goons.
Yeah.
And then send every PS with loads of money, including the deputy president.
Okay, all right.
What? A free and fair election is defined by certain ingredients. First, it must be by secret ballot. It is in the public domain that people, especially in Mbeere and Malava, were told, go and take a screenshot of your ballot, send it to us, we'll give you 5,000 shillings. Over and above the inducement that prevailed before the voting day. Just relax, Sam. Second ingredient is a little bit wider. It says the election must be free from violence, intimidation, improper influence, or corruption. And I will emphasize Mbeere and Malava. The rest of the other National Assembly elections were relatively free and fair, save for the intermittent violence we experienced in Homa Bay. But for Mbeere and Malava, there can be no doubt whatsoever that there was no free and fair election. Let me speak about Malava. You saw what happened in Malava. Several vehicles were torched. 2 people were shot dead. More than 50 people were critically injured. Fundamentally, several cabinet secretaries and the Speaker of the National Assembly were there influencing the manner in which voters were to make their choice. I don't have a problem with an elected leader campaigning. So there is no problem with Boni Khalwale. There is no problem with George Walker Natembeya being there. But there's a big problem of Oparanya being there. There is a big problem of Mudavadi being there. Because they're precluded from doing this. They're doing that amounts to undue influence. The deployment of a heavy battalion of police officers to intimidate. In one of our rallies in Malava on that Friday, just demolished every facility that we put in place. You understand? And then look at what was circulated, and I think this is not in the realm of conjecture. You saw the woman rep distributing mattresses, blankets. You understand? A woman rep. And at one point in time, and I think, Moreo, there is an admiration I have for you Kikuyus. At least you people were given money. The financial ecosystem in Mbeere must have improved, so there's a flood of money. At one point in time, I felt so sad seeing these Luya mamas and babas being given a slice of bread, in fact 2 slices of bread and a bottle of soda, and singing Dakwa's name. You can imagine. That is the labyrinthal level of inducement that permeated this election. But I had a chat yesterday with somebody who told me, look, you know, for that voter in Malava who has been sleeping on a dry floor for several years, a mattress is more important to him or her than the choice of good leadership. That mama or mzee who hasn't had food for several days, a bottle of soda and 2 slices of bread are more important to him or her than the choice of good leadership. Therein lies the problem. And as a matter of fact, we will not blame the people. We will blame the leaders, because it is indicative of the level of poverty in Malava. Who is responsible for the level of poverty in Malava? It's the national government. It's the people in office, because they haven't ensured